Good evening, dear friends. This message will be a bit longer than my usual weekly message, just because it's Maundy Thursday and we're going to work a little bit of extra worship into this one. In these times, it's really important that we continue to practice our faith. It gives me some comfort to know that we're able to practice our faith together, even if it's remotely. But none of this would be possible without an awful lot of work by Dave, Permy, and Becca Sears, Scott and Carol Whittier. Without them, none of this could really happen. I'm not technologically savvy enough to be able to do this stuff without their help. So I want to wish our Jewish brothers and sisters a happy and safe Passover. I had an email exchange with Rabbi John yesterday, and things are going well with them, and they're also doing their worship remotely. We're all struggling with this to try to keep our family traditions going, to try to keep up with things like Easter dinner, the Passover Seder. And because we're supposed to keep distancing from each other, it's really difficult. So it's important for the families that have always enjoyed our Easter egg hunts and the parents of the little ones who really don't understand why the world has changed so much and why everyone is so tense. When we can finally worship together, and I know that sooner or later we will be able to worship again, we're going to have a special celebration. We'll have an Easter egg hunt, we'll have a meal, we'll have a lot going on. I hope so, and I hope it'll be sooner rather than later. But we have to listen to the officials and the people who know what they're doing, and trust that they're doing what's best for us. Maundy Thursday is the difficult and sorrowful opening to the triumph that will be Easter. Please pray with me. Holy God, we need your help to face the challenges of this night. We want to share in the heritage of faith, to remember the saving drama of Passover, and to celebrate Jesus' last meal with his friends. We want to be disciples, we really do. But we are afraid of the cost. Incline your ear to us and hear our inadequate words. We gather as your people, knowing that we should be servants, yet afraid to take the risk. We know we are precious to you, Lord. Lead us, Holy One, into deeper commitments this night and each day going forward. Amen. So hear now the Gospel according to John, chapter 13, verses 1 through 17 and 31 through 34. Now before the festival of Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The devil had already put it into the heart of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray him. And during supper, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table. He took off his outer robe and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" And Jesus answered, "You do not know what I am doing, but later you will understand." Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no share with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet, but also my hands and my head." And Jesus said to him, "One who has bathed does not need to wash, except for his feet, but is entirely clean. And you are clean, though not all of you." For he knew who was to betray him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." After he had washed their feet, had put on his robe, and had returned to the table, he said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord. And you are right, for that is what I am. So if I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example, that you should also do as I have done to you. Very truly I tell you, servants are not greater than the master, nor are messengers greater than the one who sent them. If you know these things, you are blessed if you do them. When they had gone out, Jesus said, Now the Son of Man has been glorified, and God has been glorified in him. If God had been glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself, and will glorify him at once. Little children, I am with you only a little while longer. You will look for me, and as I said to the Jews, so I now say to you, where I am going, you cannot go. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you should also love one another. Here ends the reading from God's holy word. As important as Jesus washing his feet was, washing our hands is equally as important. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Dear friends, Verna and I pray that this Easter is holy and safe as any you have ever experienced. God bless you all. Until next week.